Okay. Oop. So just right off the bat, when I can see your bands, you have a Jackal band and a Bandit band, and or not Jackal. What am I saying? Thatcher, and there's also a Bandit band. Oh, you guys are defense, so you're orange, so you pick first, so you ban the Thatcher and the Echo. But so if you ban Thatcher, then you should probably go downstairs. A better ban would have been Thermite. Get rid of Thermite, then downstairs Garage becomes very easy to defend. Where's my pen size here? There we go. That's a little bit better. But yeah, not horrible bans. Better than the defaults, but the defaults are still there of Jackal and Echo, so that kind of sucks. But let's get into this. Also, your lineup, Mute, your Rook, not bad. Jaeger's good. Mozzie's also good. You have two really powerful information denial operators, so they should work in tandem with one another. They shouldn't be just. That's one of those things that a lot of Mozzie players get confused about. Is they don't use them like they would a mute jammer. They try and get drones. But if you're playing in a 5-sec, you guys should climb fairly fast, and that type of stuff will stop working very, very quickly. So let's go on. And then also, ideally, you guys should have, since you guys are.
Is someone playing admin?
Okay, so.
I mean, I couldn't hear you over Jack's autism.
Alright, so it looks like you're trying to form. You guys do have an idea of what you want to do. You don't want someone in admin, which is good.
Let's see a castle. Castle's kind of.
Not bad. You made it ball tight, which is good.
Yo, can we reinforce the meeting room walls? Yo, CJ, reinforce yellow.
Good setup so far. Trying to get people to.
Yo, does anyone have one more reinforcement?
Reinforce, yep.
Alright, come here. Come console. Nothing. Alright, who didn't get the armor?
Good job making sure everyone gets it. You are a 5-sec. Everyone should have it. We should notify them that they are coming in through here. Yeah, it's pretty obvious, but we could tell them not only who's there, but we could also tell them how many is there. Because if we go back, that's Maverick.
Oh, dude, I'm shaking. I'm having trouble keeping this angle.
Sounds like it's just Maverick, but I think I heard another gunshot that wasn't his. And Sophia's over on your left somewhere. No idea where.
Shush.
Good job telling your teammates to be quiet.
Oh, that's
but he hasn't even rappelled up yet.
We've warped them yellow.
This spot is more of a reactionary spot. Like, you should just be holding the angle and waiting for it.
Where? Where are they in?
And then apparently they're in now. Okay, so I've heard you ask, where are they? They're in. You know that they're in, but you just don't know where. And you know that they're somewhere over here. Like, they're either in connector or they're in meeting. Or they could be just in long desk. But I think someone was in long desk. I can't remember what was in there, but you're asking for it, but your teammates aren't calling it out for it. Like, a 5-sec should be able to tell you immediately. And they have a knock.
Oh,
and there's that.
Skylight.
So it should have been yellow stair skylight for the call out, but if they knew where you're playing in, it's pretty obvious what skylight they can get you from. That was another reactionary type thing. I would probably advise If we look here,
Downstairs?
that made no sound.
Downstairs?
Oh no, it did. I heard it that time. I heard it on my right.
Oh my god, skylight.
If every time, personally me, if this gets blown out right here, I just hide. I just hug the wall. Like I just hug it. I don't care. If they want to get me out of there, they have to use the nades, or they have to break the hatch, or you could have broken the hatch and just dropped down with your impacts. But just staying there, like it's good that you reacted to it. You didn't get the headshot on her, but at that point you just get out of there. Like they know exactly where they're gonna shoot at, and you have to guess, are they on the left, middle, or right side of the skylight? They probably have a pretty good idea as to where you are due to drones, and your positioning for it. So just standing in the middle there probably wasn't the best idea.
Yo, Ash is on skylight.
You should tell them which skylight. There's more than one.
Yeah.
And Doc just at that point, you heard the window down there. I don't know if he did, but that's a huge mistake on the dog. Like it's not worth it at that point. That mute really didn't need the stim. I'm gonna say it would have been useful. He could probably survive another gunfight with it, but at that point you just tell him to move to you. Like if your doc was in there and he's telling your mute to stand, if he isn't telling him to stand still, then he should be doing that. Like every time that me and my teammates are about ready to dock one another, we say, okay, stand still. And we stay completely frozen, not even moving left or right with our mouse. Because if we do, that can move our character and that could cause us to miss. The amount of times that we've missed and just wasted dock stem pistols is way too many. So you want to make sure that your teammates are talking to one another and making sure that they are aware of what's going on around them and telling them to stop. And the doc kind of just ran in front of the hatch when the window blew open and killed himself there. Like that was 100% his fault.
We actually suck ass. Someone's connector, I think.
Like that at that point, keeping in mind this isn't so far the two deaths that I've seen, which was him and yours, were one entirely preventable and two just bad game sense, not aware of what's going on around you. More so on the doc than you. It was more reactionary for you, but doc especially. That was just poor call on his part.
Oh, one's yellow. Top yellow. Top yellow. Joining on spiral. Still yellow, Jack. They're breaking all the barbs. Yeah.
Good job cycling through cams every now and then.
Top yellow, top yellow. Yo, Wayne, move the camera around. Alright, he's by the desk. No one ping him, He's in B.
Good thing that you were okay. It wasn't bad calls that you were making there. But one thing that I would try to avoid doing is when it's a 1v2 like this and you don't know where the other person is, don't just give a general call. Like he's going in here, he's going in there. Say who it is and where they're going. Say Maverick is going into console office. Maverick is at what yellow stairs over here. Don't say he or they or anything like that. Because if mute knows where the person is that they're fighting over there, or if they have an idea of someone over there, then they know, okay, so this person number one, who is Mav, we know that now. Wow, this is horrible rating. Is Mav, he's over on yellow stairs, so I have to worry about this guy over here. Like Mav can plant for all I care, because he can still retake the site. It's entirely doable. All he has to worry about is the one person that he's fighting over in this general area, which I don't know where the actual is. She probably, I'm not, before even seeing the kill cam, she either repelled an admin because she was on the roof, or she repelled all the way down and went up Visa's stairs. That's my guess for that. All right. And there you go, she repelled.
What the?
I don't know why those kill cams are like that. It's when you repel upside down. It's doing that every now and then. Every now and then, the person that's repelling gets screwed over too. Good job going downstairs.
We're going below now? Yeah. Alright, we need a Legion, we need someone with a shield.
Great. Like already, like just saying, it sounds like you're the person that's taking charge in your team. I can't hear everyone else that's in there, so I don't know how they're replying to you. They could be telling you to suck it for all I know. But like you're taking charge. You're trying to get your team to do stuff and getting certain strategies in play. Like even though they may be really, really simple, like as simply like what you said with having a legion and a shield, like that's really simple and kind of vague. I have no idea what you're gonna do with it. I'm curious to see what you do with it, but you're trying to get the something very, very basic down so that next time that you guys defend the site, you may not even have to excuse me, you may not even have to ask specifically for that. You may just have to say, let's do the shield strat with Legion. And then they just know to do this.
We need Cade.
Good job on asking for a Cade.
He's on the bottom. Nice. Look at the hatches. Alright, I'm getting hatches.
Good job on getting drone. I probably would have just gotten kitchen hatch right there. Also, because this is kitchen basement, I'm also gonna critique this. You get this hatch and you get the kitchen hatch, but you also need someone else to get this wall right here. Because if they have a buck or a sledge or anyone with breaching charges, they can blow this and now they can see all the way over to white van from the hatch. They don't have to destroy the floor underneath them. It's just another thing to think about when you're in a 5-stack is just asking for reinforcements. Because like we saw with the last site, it's really easy for you to ask for reinforcements. It's not like asking a Randy for reinforcements. You're asking specific people for it.
Can someone board off hallway? Did you put it that white fan? Alright, put the other one facing the garage. Anybody have extra reinforcements?
This camera, you can actually, I don't know if you're going to do this because you didn't place it, but the black car that's like right behind this yellow pillar, you can actually put your bulletproof cam right on the front of it, and it's angled. You can put it so it's angled in such a way so that you can still see outside, but more importantly, you can see the default plant that's right in front of white van. So that's super useful to think about and to use that camera for, or you can put it someplace in just a cheeky spot so that they can't get it. That's okay. Right. It's really far back because if you look here,
right.
If you look, the field of view is straight out. Like that's it. Like you can't see if there's anyone on the right or anyone on the left. Really, it's just straight out, and that's not the best camera to have because if someone walks up from the right here, whoops, what the heck? They just walk up from the right and they plant default spot, you can't stop them. There's nothing that you can do unless your maestro put a cam down at the bottom of white on the ground with white van over here so they can shoot their feet. Then you have no idea if someone's planting there unless you have an audio cue for it. Thinking about that.
I don't know where you put exactly that. Maybe like right here.
I don't like the excessive barricades, to be completely honest. Especially since you have a Mozzie roaming. This could quite literally kill him right here, and this one too. Because if they take sight and he has to come back, now he's screwed over. I would resist barricading this stuff. If you're going to barricade back here, do maybe this one, but do the server one, which is farther back here, and then also do the one in blue hallway, which is far back over on this side by kitchen. Do the blue hallway one, because if they break the hatches in Visa, the only way that they can get in is if they shoot it out or break it down, and you're going to hear that. It's going to be an audio cue. And that's the idea behind barricades. It's not supposed to stop them from shooting you. It's just to give you an early warning without screwing over your roamers. Oh, you got someone? Nope. They tried to rush through Visa, it looks like.
Wait, you playing here, man? I'll play yellow. Wait, what just got thatched? Matt, what are your cams got thatched?
Good job on letting. Oh no, it's just. I think it's just sitting
Go away.
outside, possibly.
Alright, top yellow.
I can hear someone up in
Alright,
piano.
freaking yellow. They're not coming in. They're just.
Alright, so I don't know. So this isn't electrified. It looks like maybe that is right there, unless that's the start of the thermite charge. But I'm curious as to whether or not your Kaid actually put his electro claws down. That's one of those things that you should always be thinking about. Like, everyone's responsible for this, but it does fall on your hands too for not reminding him to do this. Because they don't have a Thatcher, so they shouldn't be gone that quickly, I wouldn't think, unless Twitch got them.
Yellow. They're not coming in. They're just.
Yeah, that's blown open.
Can someone watch yellow for me?
See, and then look at that camera. You don't really have
Damn.
any view on that.
Oh, they're droning out yellow. Ash is on yellow. Ash is on yellow.
At that point, so if we go back here, droning comes in now. Someone was on that drone, and then they immediately got off. It didn't even touch the floor before the screen was off on it. You just pre-fire. That's all you do. You don't worry about getting that drone. You pre-fire right there. Because someone droned out from yellow stairs. You know someone's yellow stairs. You've said this before. You asked someone to hold it. Someone droned that out. They know you're there. Who are they going to go for? The guy sitting on cams that's out in the open. So you get off that cam and you just pre-fire. You would have killed that Ash if you had pre-fired it. So let's see what happens afterwards.
Oh, they're droning out yellow. Ash is on yellow. Ash is on yellow. Yeah.
That would have been a free kill on the Ash if you had pre-fired it.
Yeah. Where are you? Where are you?
Good job. Healing up your teammates. Yep. It's worth it. Now both of you can survive. You can survive 2 more bullets, and he can survive 1 more bullet, which can mean the difference.
Oh, one's yellow, one's yellow, yellow. One's Wayne, one's on the right side, left side. All right, on ping, nice.
Okay, and then for when you're talking about like the garage door itself, where the actual thermite breach was, say left or right of the breach. Don't say like, because it looked like you're just talking to one person and telling them left or right. Tell them where they are relative to the breach. It just everyone should like that's just one of those things that's just general. Like everyone should know what that means. Like the only people that can breach are Thermite and Hibana and Maverick to an extent, I guess. But you should just tell them which side of the breach they're on. But he did end up getting it, so that's good. Good call out on your part.
Thermite, last one's outside. Don't peek.
Good job on trying to tell him not to peek. You know that he's outside, but you didn't say where outside.
Alright, on ping, peek. Nice. Thermite, last one's outside.
So yeah, this is what I was talking about with your camera placement. If you had it on this black car, see how the car is like angled a little bit. It's not straight against the wall. It's angled a little bit. So if you put it right on the edge here, you can actually see outside here. And that Maverick crossed over to the left, and your Kaid killed someone before Maverick crossed over. So you know that he's still alive. So that's that point of saying left side of breach, right side of breach. They're at the breach. Now you know that there's one outside the breach, and I believe you just said he's outside. Don't peek him. So you say he's outside. He peeks up at yellow or I'm guessing he's gonna trying to throw a goo up at yellow, and then I don't know what he did, or if he peeked him. Let's find out. But they peeked him because I thought he was outside a different place. Or no, that was someone else. That was your Maestro, who just died unluckily.
Nice.
There you go.
No. If they didn't know he was inside, nice. Alright, nice one.
Yeah, and that thermite was far in. Very far in.
hate defending this site, dude.
What did you say?
I hate defending this site, dude.
This site upstairs, in my opinion, is the easiest one to defend on this map. Just because the attackers have limited areas of entrance for them to get into, and it's very easy to tell where they're entering. For instance, here, let's go back. Actually, yeah, because we get a top-down view here. If they come in through yellow, it's very easy to tell because they're just going to be pressuring. If you have someone playing at the top of yellow, then it's even easier. You're sitting in here, so you can tell them if they're coming in through console windows or not, and you can even give a call out for connector because you usually blow this wall open right here. Then you sometimes have someone playing long desk or they're playing in bathroom, so they can hear for bathroom or not. And then you have like 1 or 2 people playing in admin, so you have one person here. Let's put one person over in this corner and then one person in this corner. The cliche defending in admin. So you know if someone's coming through admin windows or this one right here. You also know if they're coming in through printer. And then you have one person on cams who is probably going to be the last one in meeting for the first like 30 seconds of the round. They should be on cams because they're entirely safe right in this room. They can't rappel up to here fast enough to get in through meeting windows. So they can tell you, okay, are they coming through Visa? Are they coming in through garage? Are they coming in through main door? And you can figure out where they're going to push fairly quickly and then reallocate your oh my god, I almost said heroes like this is Overwatch. Reallocate your team so you don't have 2 people sitting in admin when 3 people are pushing through yellow. You can just have 1 person in here at that point, just watching Visa stairs and waiting for them over here. But it's just they're so easy to tell where they're coming in at that it makes it so much better to defend it. And you don't have to worry about vertical play, because most people don't know vertical play on this site.
Yeah, that's actually true. I hate it. No, we suck at attacking and defending this map, if I'm gonna be honest. The fuck was that?
Alright. And not a bad lineup. We can do what we need to and defend it properly.
Wait, CJ, move.
I'm surprised that actually didn't destroy that Jaeger ADS, if I'm going to be completely honest. Well, it looks like you're going to do vertical play on them, which is great.
Never hold on. Play that hold up. I hear drone. One of them.
I don't know if you're going back over to reference where it was, so you remember, or maybe made a rotate. I don't know if you're trying to scare them into thinking you're gonna spawn peek. Wait, did that just jump on me? No, that was you. I don't know if you're trying to scare them for spawn peeking, but that could end up killing someone if you don't barricade it back up. Because if someone's sitting in meeting and they just rappel down and just one tap them, because they don't have to shoot now to open that up. It doesn't look like, yeah, no one's playing downstairs. That's yellow. There's also another pest sitting there. One thing that I would recommend too for right here, I love this spot. I absolutely love it because I'm a mad lad and I like shooting up at the skylight when I'm sitting in this spot. It's super easy because because here's the skylight. Skylight's like that. You have a window like right there. This is the base of it. And there's another window like farther up, like a divider. They're always gonna peek right here. If you just learn where this is when you peek up, then you can just one tap everyone. Just pre-fire it every time, and 9 times out of 10, if they're holding it up there, you're gonna kill them. They have to have a really good reaction time to kill you. But now we know Monty's there. So we could shoot through side room here and possibly kill someone, or at least put pressure on them to make them deal with us. And we missed the opportunity on Monty, and we ran out of ammo trying to shoot a Monty shield. So go back here. We could have pressured them on the side there, possibly. Missed the opportunity to kill him. And yeah, we're trying to pre-fire it. At that point, what I would have done... Here, we get a view of the room. What I would have done is I would have like stepped over here, because it looked like this Monty was gonna start dragging his ass over here into this side corner. And look at this, Ash popped that open again. She's looking for you. So you knew, so we could already tell Ash is on the skylight, and she knows exactly what she's going to do. Here's a hint: she's doing the exact same thing for the second time in a row. If you guys had defended here again, then you could have killed her easily. Just from one round, I would have done that. I would have been ready for it. Because it's something that she did without droning, without any information, so she does it all the time. Those are the little things that you can notice in people's playstyles. But I would have gone over here, because it looks like Monty's going over to the side. He probably has diffuser on him, sitting on Monty. It's not a bad idea to do. And once he gets over there, he's just going to sit there. He might drop his shield to try and kill you, but you also have 0.6 seconds now. It used to be 0.4 for his ADS time, but now it's 0.6. So you have plenty of time to kill him. So I wouldn't have wasted ammo on her. If anything, you should have pre-fired it as you were moving over to the side. That way you're covering yourself as you're going in versus just pre-firing it and staying in the same spot. You stayed pretty much aligned with this angle the entire time you're trying to pre-fire. So what happens when you run out of ammo and then Monty drops his shield and tries to kill you? Like, it's bad positioning that you didn't try to fix, and when you're trying to mitigate your risk, you didn't do it in the great way.
Planting.
Good job on telling him that he's planting. Beautiful C4 throw.
Yeah, push him to death. One's through yellow, one's through pink and yellow.
See, that call wasn't that great. You should have said Ash is going for a diffuser, because he doesn't know where Ash is. I don't know if one of your other teammates did, but saying that just Nomad was there, because now he has diffuser. Ash does for sure. And yep, there you go. She's planted.
One's through bathroom.
We'll let this play out here.
Alright. Yeah. Dude, they pulled out the fucking Monty, bro.
They pulled out the Monty, but you could have easily stopped that. And if we remember correctly here, let's see if we can get the top-down view. Yeah, we can get the top-down view. If you remember, you blew a hole right below the windows, and we did nothing with it. We didn't do anything with it at all. And with their lineup, I don't know if they killed an IQ or not. You could have just been pulsed and played underneath. You wasted an impact doing almost nothing with it. It didn't even come in handy late in the round. You never even told your teammates, because I'm pretty sure a meeting hatch was opened. So you could have told him to drop meeting and just watch diffuser from below, because he C4'd it and he was probably planting in that hole that you made. I don't know why people think that you can't plant on the bars of a floor, but you still can. So you could have just had him go underneath and just watch the diffuser from below. Could have been real simple for you. And it looked like you guys had a cam in there as well, so you could have specified where he should shotgun the hole so he can be better at watching it. So then now all of a sudden, the two people that are up here, they're both at yellow stairs. They all of a sudden either have to decide, okay, do I go and grab the diffuser and risk dying to him, or do we go down yellow and just deal with him? And it wasn't late round, so they had plenty of time to do that, but it makes them waste time. And that's the idea. Also, another thing I should say, you guys aren't roaming hardly at all, except for that Mozzie. The Mozzie's doing a fairly decent job. He's getting more kills than he is wasting time, which isn't a problem. But if he's ever dying early without getting any kills, then that's just not good. Like the entire idea behind roaming is to just waste time, and wasting time would have been great for this site because, as you can see, you guys were getting pushed within the first minute of the round, and they had planted within the first minute and a half of the round. First half of the round, like that's pretty damn fast. But if you just had someone sitting at the bottom of white stairs or yellow stairs, sorry, and just watching that, it would have been a lot easier. You know that someone's going to come yellow stairs because they did before. You know Ash is going to be up above because she did before. You know that someone's going to try and go in through Visa because they did before. Like this is the thing about ranked, especially in Siege, is that people do the same stuff over and over and over again. Me personally, every time that I play here on attack, I spawn. What is this? I think it's police line. No, it's side entrance. Side entrance. I spawn side entrance. I either play Fuse or I play Twitch, and I go over to admin windows. I have my drone sitting at the desk at the end of yellow stairs to see if anyone's coming upstairs to see if they're going to spawn peek through CEO and notify my team if they are or not. And most people don't go up Visa stairs to go roaming over on this side. And if they do, well, I usually am ready for that, and I pre-fire everything as I'm getting in. And then I just walk in, kill whoever's upstairs, clear out roamers, and then I go downstairs, down a level, go into piano, break the floor, and go from there. That's literally my entire plan every single time that I attack. Every single time. If I do that one round and then someone finds out about it or realizes what I did, I'm screwed because I really don't know what else to do. Like I can figure out a way to do something real quick on the fly, but I'm it's literally like is a huge surprise to me because I always do this every single time. And when it doesn't work, then that starts to make me uncomfortable. And that's the whole idea is make them uncomfortable. Find out what they're doing and counter it immediately.
No, Blitz is like shit right now. Monty's just always.
You can go full cancer and go Doke be lion. Good job going thermite as well.
Oh, who's Maverick? Change that. Change that. Right. Give me the fuser. I always forget to pick up the fuser.
Good thing that you're trying to figure out who's going to actually have the diffuser.
Yeah, that will.
Yeah, we know they're downstairs. So, what I'm looking for with US Thermite, I have no idea who they have in here to stop you from doing your thing as Thermite. But ideally, what you want to do is you want to get this wall, and then you want to walk over here and get this wall. Like prioritize the right one because that's where your plant spot is, and that'll give you more leverage into sight to weed out anyone, like even back in white pipes or more importantly back behind white van. It stops them from playing back there. But if you get this side one, that's just more angles for you. You should always prioritize the right side. That's pretty much all I'm looking for right now. Is do you prioritize getting that right wall? And it looks like they have a Kaid. So there's two different ways that you can do this. So you aren't going to get in here. Maverick isn't going to be able to get these Kaid charges unless you put a drone through this drone hole and stop it. And he can also trick you, Kaid trick you, since you don't have a Thatcher. You ban Thatcher, so that's a little bit screwing yourself again. And might I say, when you guys went downstairs, you didn't try to Kaid trick at all either, but it didn't matter. You guys still ended up winning. Excuse me. But there's two ways that you can go about doing this. You can either have Zofia or IQ deal with these by just clearing out piano. They do have a Cav, but you guys are a 5-stack. Caviera should not be a problem whatsoever. So let's see what you guys end up doing to get this open.
Not? Why are you complaining? That shit sucks. Alright, one's above, one's above.
Well, that was piano windows that you heard. Because
Yeah.
if you go back,
Not?
that's glass. More glass.
Alright,
Glass broke. The glass frame is still on this window. And this one. Both of these windows have not been broken. Maybe... No, there isn't. So that's over on this side. So you say piano windows is what's happening. Not up
one's
on
broke,
top.
one's broke. Yeah. Oh, so is this the cave? Did you get him?
Okay. So that just made your life as a thermite a lot easier.
Errors. Like, fuck. You know what I mean? Alright, someone get the camp. Alright. Maverick trick. Wait, Maverick trick.
Are you gonna have him Maverick trick? Alright. I actually love that. That was actually clean. That was very, very clean. You guys pinged where they were and you just took them out. That's beautiful. That Kaid kind of screwed over his team by not putting him on the wall, because then you just don't have to worry about it. Or even this side electric claw, I'll even put it on the very wall over here, the very side wall, because again, if they can't break open this side one, the side panel, then that's even better for us. But Kaid tricking, which is not this. It looks like you guys have your own terms for it, but I don't know if you guys knew this. Here's a little teachable moment. So you have 3 panels over here. Let's actually back up here. There.
Maverick trick.
So you have 3 panels sitting right here. This is where the ends of the panels are. So if he actually takes his blowtorch and he very carefully breaks open a line across the side, breaking the entire thing. I even go into the other one just a little bit, and then does the same thing on the bottom part and just goes all the way over very carefully. You have to get the entire reinforcement, one open line. This entire reinforcement just drops down. And then you can get a Zofia or a Buck to just open it up from a distance. Or an Ash, that would work also. But that is what Maverick tricking is technically referred to. It's like bandit tricking. Like you can't bandit trick a hatch, you know, or you can't bandit trick like a shield or something like that. Like saying you bandit trick barbed wire or something like that. That's a really poor explanation as to me comparing it for what you guys have. You guys have your own way of saying it, but keep that in mind for future, because that can make your life a lot easier, especially on like Chalet. That makes opening up Chalet so much easier. But this is great too, honestly. Like this is top notch. But I should also point out again, the only reason you got that open was because this man let you. If he had been more careful on his electric claw placements, you wouldn't have opened that. So at that point, it's more or less.
I forgot we had nights, right?
Once you start climbing up, you're going to start not getting those open. Also, you ran back. Remember what I said? If you're safe, you get this one, or you always get this one, even if you're not safe, in all honesty. Get that one, and if you're safe, you get the one immediately next to it. You just have more options then. Yeah, you could go and get the hatch up above, but in all honesty, that's not gonna make or break the difference in a round. Your wall will. And Cav is being a mad lad for some reason.
What the?
Oh. So, this is why that's not the greatest too. I never even thought about this. This would have surprised me too. It just impacted this. Because if you look, you saw this like wood around the hole. If they just hit that wood, it'll destroy it. Keep in mind, every gadget in this game has 1 HP. So, here, let me get this out. So your thermite, you put it like pretty much right against the wall right here. It has 1 HP. So anything can destroy it in the game if it the very edge of a blast radius will destroy any gadget in this game. So you have to be careful of that. And that was one of those things where probably not the greatest thing.
Alright, but then they can impact it from both, so...
So now you know they can impact it.
Alright, someone start shooting when I tell you to, right? Keep shooting, now.
Good. I would have done the same wall.
1, 2, 3.
Alright, all the shooting isn't going to stop that one. Yeah, they still tried to do it, but they didn't get it. But see now, this is what I meant by you should prioritize this right wall. And it doesn't look like they actually got the same one, which if you had... because all of this wood is broken off of here, you could have just placed it right in the same spot that you did before, and you probably would have gotten it, in all honesty. Because it looked like the impact fell over here. Here, let's go look. Oops. Come on. Yeah, the impact flew and actually hit the top of the car. So you could have just opened that other one up, and you would have been perfectly fine. So yeah, that's kind of a misplay on your part, but also again, see how little of sight lines you have in the site? Like you can see yellow and white, so you can stop the rotation, but typically someone's gonna have rotation on the kitchen wall over here. They can just sit there at white van and just not do anything and not touch you. They can throw a C4 and they'll land smack dab right next to the default plants, and they can't do any. You can't do anything about that, especially since it's reinforced. You literally can't do anything about it, and they can just yeet a C4 over and kill someone that's planting right here. And I honestly don't trust almost anyone to catch a C4 in midair unless it's very lucky.
Alright. I have a drone. Oh, they have a mirror in the back. The default's still up.
Yeah, this is what I mean, and now it's even worse for you because they have a mirror, so they can see if you're planting right here. They'll see if you're planting right here, but they won't be able to shoot you at least. You can shoot you if they're planting right here. And you're a lot more exposed because of the black car is just so much smaller than the white van. Good that your Zofia is trying to do vertical play up there.
Captain's playing yellow. On ping.
She should have been better with the... one thing that I would talk to your Zofia player about is using all of her breaching charges. I almost said bleaching charges. Breaching charges. Like what I said with Twitch is that I really have like every single set spot for my breaching charges except for one. So I go in, I put one down, blow it, look to see if anyone was there. Okay, no one was. Go to the other spot, put it down, and then blow it, see if there's anyone there. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna drone and then go from there. Use my last breaching charge for that one. She needs to figure out where to put a breaching charge because it looks like it was a random spot because where she put it, it didn't really tell her anything. It was basically it was giving her a sight line, maybe into white pipes and probably into we're in between black car and white van, but they have a mirror window. They don't need to have anyone holding there. What you want to do is you want to have a breaching charge above white van. So have them go into a custom game or into a T-hunt as buck the floor, see where each spot is above it, and then how so that they know where it is, and then now they can put breaching charges down.
Let me check yellow. No one's yellow. I think we can plant. Right side. Yeah. Go.
I'm pretty sure you're shooting the yellow pillar, but he still got it down. Good on him.
I got it. Nah, it's fine.
Good job on trying to reposition like this. Alright. This is great. Like, literally nothing can happen to you now. And if I look back, actually... So, to let you know, to actually give you live information, this one isn't the greatest. You want to put it a little bit farther up. It gives you more sightline into white pipes, and it limits their ability to kill you. This is out in the open. You don't want it out in the open because you can't walk through this doorway without getting shot by that. So you want to have it a little bit farther in the side there, and it limits it to only people who can shoot you is pretty much white piped and maybe back in between black car and white van. But if you have people holding it from outside, it's very hard for them to hold that position and be alive. The other breaching charge I would put is right here because this will actually give you sightlines in the back of white van, and because of the angle, it'll actually allow you to just get a little bit of the drop down, I guess, to the side of white van, and it's perfect for Twitch because of her jacked RPM. She can just headshot people without them realizing it. The breaching charge over here was great for the plants, not so great for anything else unless they were trying to get the electro claw, which you already got it, so it's kind of a waste. But great late round prep. No idea if they meant to do that or not, but great.
Yeah, nice.
At that point, the only thing I would say about that last kill, you won, yes, but I would wait until they try and defuse, because if you make them think that they're safe, they aren't going to try and waste time to kill you. Because go back. If this was all the way over here, usually once you get higher up in the levels, sometimes what'll happen is everyone will be dead but you within the first tick of this thing. It is ridiculous how fast people can die on here. But if you start shooting at him now and say this timer was all the way up at the top before he starts defusing, then they all think that they're safe, or they're not safe all of a sudden, and now they're going to tell their friend, hey, go upstairs. Someone's upstairs. It's literally a 1v2. Go up there and kill him while I try, and then let me know when you're keeping him busy, and I'll try and defuse. And you could end up losing that. So just wait until they start defusing. Give them a couple seconds. Make them think that they're safe, and then start killing them. Don't wait. Start counting 1, 2, 3, going all the way almost to 7 seconds, because that'll lose you a game. But just trying to
we need
better counter play for the future, I guess, would be that.
Wait, did we didn't beat them above, did we? Did they beat us above?
They beat you both times when you played above, and you have not. Okay, this is your second attack. Yeah, what did you say?
Oh, they're probably gonna go above. We destroyed them.
You haven't attacked them
yes, but they're probably
above yet. Above. They could end up being like you, except instead of downstairs they can defend well, they can defend upstairs pretty damn well.
I'm nomad. Alright, can someone check if they're below?
I would have also preferred a Hibana here, just because easier to kill people with, and hard wall breaching isn't a necessity for this site. But you also beat them downstairs, so high chance that they could have gone down there too. But now we know that they're downstairs, or upstairs, sorry. We're keeping our drone, which is great. I think you said that.
Dock elites, people who use them just don't have any regard for their life.
What?
People who use them just don't have any regard for their life.
I think you said regard for my life. I don't know what that means, but
like
okay.
Elite, I just hate the people who play them.
See, I just hate people who play Elites because I'm colorblind and they blend in.
See? They have a rook too.
But also to point out, I don't think you did. I couldn't hear if anyone else on your team did, but I didn't hear you say that they were spawn peeking, so giving a heads up for that.
2 admins. If they're holding an admin, I can come with you.
Not a bad claimer. They can't really shoot that on thing. There's There is a Legion goo mine on the stairs there that you missed. Yeah,
Watch
right
out
there.
here.
There. You didn't see it. I'll show you. Right here. Always check for that because Legions. We don't know if they have a Legion or not, but high chance that they do. Just to make it easier for your team. Not a huge deal, but that I guess that's kind of more indicative of you don't know what you're looking for when it comes to Legion mines, or that you don't see them as well.
Yeah, Jaeger on ping. I can't off the ground. I can push downstairs. Alright, can we get a plant ready? Actually, no, we have a minute and a half left of time.
I mean, if you can plant, fucking do it.
Alright, there's that window I always fall off. Yep.
You climb on the vents on your right, and then you go up there. So if you go over here, you jump up this, then you jump up onto here, and then you jump up on here, and then you rappel down. There's a flagpole up over here. Whichever side of the flagpole you're on, you cannot rappel back to the other side. You have to stay on the side that you initially rappelled on. That will kill you if you don't understand that, because you'll be trying to strafe the window down here, going back and forth, and you'll end up dying because you can't strafe far enough than what you thought you could. So keeping that in mind.
Yep. Alright.
But we know where Jaeger is. He's in meeting hall behind the desk.
Oh, he's definitely gonna run out, bro. Someone pressure him. No, this is bait. This is bait for sure. Matt, come to me. Jack, come to me. Come. Matt, walk on me. Alright. Alright, watch my rotate. I'm going to the desk. I'm going to console.
Good that you're going over to Consulate.
We don't have a lot of time on console.
I love it. Like, I'm just gonna pause this for a hot second and say this. I love that you took the safest possible route over here. You rappelled down, and now you're going over here to rappel back up. You have no idea how many times I've asked my friends to just, hey, come over here and plant to where, like, console desk, and they'll try to go through the meeting hall where Jaeger is and try and fucking die.
Yo, someone watch my ball. Oh,
so,
nice.
Great job on taking the super safe route. It's longer, but you get a guaranteed plant. So why the hell not?
I'll pick up the fuser next time.
Good job on saying that you're gonna pick up the fuser because you were ready to plant. Your
get a Maverick just in case.
Teammate was kind of holding his own there. And that's another thing is that you were in a position, like you're putting yourself in positions like you can adjust for where you need to plant because you went up to the roof and you sat up here and you're just waiting along. She was over on the rappel, or not on the rappel, but she was just on the balcony. If you guys have to plant over an office, then that's very, very hard for her to get there without dying and doing it safely. Like even doing the safe rappel, excuse me, like what you did, that could get her killed because they'll hear that and they will probably try and kill her. She could have jumped off, I think, the side here, but then you're putting your back to the windows and it's very easy again for them to kill you. But you're putting yourself in a position so that you can plant easily, which is great. Like I can see that you're more of a supporting role in your team, which is great. Like you're basically you end up like Gogon G2 CCI plant. We should pick up the diffuser.
That's good.
Should pick up the diffuser.
They have a better chance of winning above, honestly. Dude, if we win Consulate, this will be the first time I've won it with you guys.
Pick up the diffuser.
Maybe a Thatcher band really is the play.
No. Thermite band would have been better. In all honesty. I will say though, Thatcher band kind of screws with people, but on here, it's so easy to deal with bandit tricking that you're better off just banning the thermite. Stop it so that they can't get a line of sight in. Because anytime that you have this map on garage, if you can take piano, if you can roam clear and take piano, and you can do that efficiently, which my team can, then you get a free garage door open. You can open it with 40 seconds left. Like, well, this is prep phase. What am I thinking? with 30 seconds left. You can open it with 10 seconds left. So long as you are able to get in and immediately start planting, you're set up and ready to start planting, you can do that with 15 seconds left. It doesn't matter. G2, all the pro teams do it all the time. They are more than comfortable with waiting until the last second to do this. So don't think about getting it open as soon as possible.
I'm gonna take a blow.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. But don't think about trying to open it as soon as possible. Open it as efficiently as you possibly can.
Can I pick up the fuser now or no?
Efficiency doesn't always mean the soonest. Efficiency means no one's dying, and we're not wasting away utility to open this. Even something as simple as if they're bandit tricking, just walking in yellow stairs and just pre-firing the bandit. Like if you have a thermite and you know he's getting here's the 3 walls here. 1, 2. So if you know thermite's getting this far wall on the side here, you know that bandit has to be somewhere right here. Well, he can be a little bit farther on either side, but you know he has to be somewhere in there unless he's a really trash bandit and he's trying to bandit trick this wall where you're getting the one over here. So you can pre-fire even if the person dies on yellow stairs. That's honestly, in my opinion, worth it if you can get this open. But again, you could just go up above and piano over here, break the floor, and now all of a sudden he can't do anything. Otherwise, he's gonna die.
Oh, god damn it.
Kind of wasting our drone there. I don't think that your team is fairly bad on this. I'd have to rewatch it just to verify that if I want it. I don't really want to though. But your team is from that round, that prep phase, not very good at keeping their drones. Like
we actually all lost our drones.
Yeah, try and prioritize keeping your drones. Everyone being able to drone is better than nothing.
Oh
Ooh.
my god.
Well, you guys win this round, so.
Oh, we lost our IQ.
But you can still do it. Who do you still have? You still have her, and you still have a Maverick, so it doesn't even matter. Like, this is the one site where literally a peephole can be enough to kill you. So, and it gives you the most amount of sightline with one little peephole.
Oh, wow, sick. Oh, wait, it's not that off. It's just. Why?
But hey, there's no more mute jammers.
Sophia needs to go above.
Yep.
Nice. You flashed me. Alright, do it again, do it again. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't really.
Start shooting. 1, 2, 3. Alright,
Nice that you guys are trying. Immediately, blow it. What? I don't know why you're waiting. You're waiting. Okay, that was horrible. I was cringing, like my toes were cringing up watching that because you immediately, like, they should be firing. If your idea is to basically mask the sound of you putting this on and it going off by them firing, you should be blowing this immediately after you put it on there, because there's no reason whatsoever for you to wait this long to put it on there. Because if I were Kai, there's nothing stopping me from putting that electric ball up. And she can do it from a distance. So Zofia, even being up there, on top there, yeah, that's great and everything, but he could still just be behind a white van and just throw it on the wall and stop it. Because remember, he doesn't even have to be right next to the wall to do it, and he doesn't have to be on the wall for it to work. So that was kind of poor play on your part, and I'm honestly surprised that they did not kill you for that or stop that from happening.
Alright, someone walk into the ball, please.
What did you say?
Oh, I didn't even realize I was looking at him. Alright, someone walk into the ball, please. I'm joining.
Good that you're watching from above, but we know Kaid's in sight. Mute's probably in sight because he muted the wall without realizing that you guys have a Kaid. And Legion's probably in sight because it's good for Legion to stay in sight because he gets the most value if he stays alive.
One on pink.
So that's yellow stairs.
No, mute. That was mute. He's still playing pipes.
So,
Wayne.
yeah,
He's still playing pipes.
it is white pipes, but yeah, I'll give it to you.
Can
I'll
you
give it.
push yellow? Wait, Zofia. There's a maestro on the right side. Can you get rid of it? Wait, let me drink.
And he wasn't even on site, so.
I don't know.
I don't know what we're doing.
Wait, cover me.
Yeah, that was... So, your problem with that, your death was very unavoidable.
I don't know. Oh, you got him? I can go.
So, this is when you got off your drone and you're just like, I'm gonna go and plant. You cannot plant, for starters. For one, Maverick, what he was holding was kind of a useless angle because he was holding it with you, so you lined up. So if he dies, you definitely die. So that's not a good way to do that. For one, and two, when you called out where mute was, you said bottom of yellow, but you conveniently left out the spot where you say he's prone. Saying if they're prone determines whether or not Zofia here lives or dies. That's a horrible arrow. And you said just bottom of yellow, which isn't the best thing in the world, but not the worst also. You at least told him his position, but you did not tell him his stance. Always tell him where their stance is. Like if someone's peeking you crouch height, tell them crouch height. If they're on the floor prone, tell them they're prone. If they're peeking at regular head height, you probably shouldn't actually have to say anything. If they're peeking head height, don't say anything because your teammate should just be aiming head height. If they're peeking anything else other than this, tell them that. They're peeking crouch, or if they're peeking prone, tell them. They're peeking just standing up, don't say anything because they should be already preparing for that. And then when we ran in here, so we know that Mute survived his encounter with Zofia, and we know this guy didn't kill him, and he couldn't even get the angle on him anyway. Zofia died without being able to get refragged off of this, and this is where opening the second panel comes in handy. You've been able to open it the entire time, but if you had the second panel open, you would actually be able to, right here, you'd be able to see that Mute sitting on the yellow stairs. He wouldn't be able to sit there. But yeah, that's kind of a poor play on your part, and then just running in and essentially dying.
Oh.
Because if we looked as well, oh my gosh.
Bottom? I can go. I don't know.
I couldn't see that. Let me see.
Oh, you got him? I can go. I can get the plant. Wait, cover me.
Yeah, there's a hole. So back it up.
I can get the plant.
Wait for it to go forward. So we know that he's alive over here. So we shouldn't plant in front of the white van because Mute can kill both of us easily. If he doesn't hit his shot, then we both die. And you shouldn't bargain on that pretty much ever. Like your plan should not bargain on can you hit your shot. It should just be we can just pre-fire them, like especially on attack. Pre-fire. And then they had a hole in the kitchen wall over here, so you can't plant here, but you could plant far against the wall here. There's like a crate over on the side that actually could protect you. And we actually, yeah, like that. It's a horrible crate, but you could plant behind this crate and your ass would be showing, but your head wouldn't be. So at the very least, you don't die immediately, but not the greatest decision making there. That was really, really poor.
Oh, top yellow.
And because Capital put that firebolt, or not a firebolt, a smoke bolt, right in your face, Mute knows exactly where he needs to fire, because you're planning in default. That's just where everyone plants, you know? So he knows exactly where to fire. You have no idea what's happening. So being better about his Capital smoke bolts would be good. Oh my goodness.
No, that's fire! Oh, on my screen it was fire.
Yeah, it was on my screen too. What the heck? I'm watching your screen. What am I thinking? That kind of terrified me for a second.
We actually won.
You won on Consulate, but you died in very, very poor ways. Um, some of your attacking rounds were just Blackbeard killing people because it's Blackbeard. Screw Blackbeard, by the way. I still do that every now and then, or not every now and then. Every time that I face a Blackbeard, in the middle of me killing him, I'll just say Blackbeard as I'm killing him, and all my teammates, all my friends know who I'm killing because he isn't dead yet, and they hear the shield break, and I say it as the shield is breaking, and I'm killing him, and I hate him to my deepest heart, but whatever. But so your teammate was pretty much fragging out, getting kills as Blackbeard. You were doing great with utility work. That's great. You could do better though. You could have gotten the sidewall here and made your Zophia's life a lot easier and everyone's life a lot easier. Um, and then you could have also your team could have also been coordinated a lot better, especially on attack. Uh, well, if anything, your attacks were better than your defenses. Surprisingly, actually. But that actually goes hand in hand with five stacking. In my opinion, it's a lot easier to attack with a five stack than it is to defend with one. But defending in and of itself is already easier to do than attack. So defending should be overall easier than it is on attack. That was very confusing there. But one thing I would say is on defense, get better plans. Think about what they're doing more often and counter it. Like I said before, I do the exact same thing every single time I play Consulate and I'm on attack, and I play either Twitch or I play Fuse, and that's it. So keep in mind what they're playing and counter it too, because that Ash did the same thing every time. So you could have countered that really easily. You guys could have gone down below and played Pulse. They never brought an IQ, I don't think, if I'm remembering correctly. Excuse me. No, they didn't. Unless your teammates called that they killed a IQ and I couldn't hear it. But play Pulse underneath. You made that hole at the top here of the windows, but you didn't use it. Like, it was completely worthless. You could have used that to clear out Nomad charges if you ended up surviving your encounter with Monty or killing the Nomad. If she had placed any prior, you could have used it to clear out a Nomad charge, or you could have used it to kill the Monty, or at least whittle his health down a little bit more. Or you could have backed him. This would have been really funny. You could have backed him up into the corner, make him go over the hatch, blow the hatch, and then he falls down. Now he's out of position. Uh, but it's better decision making on your part. You're doing great as to taking the charge and like getting the plant down, like telling them do this. I think I sent you the video for my typical round with my friends where it's just everyone was just chaotic, and then I said, hey, do this, this, and this, and then everyone did it. Like, that's all you have to do. It's really simple, but it's difficult to consistently do as a team. And you guys are actually doing pretty well. All I would say is you guys should have more basic strategies. And what I mean by basic strategies is if you're going organ basement, how are you going to attack it? Is it just everyone's wandering in however they want? Or are you guys like definitively like, we get the hatch? Okay, done. Okay, we're going to break above armory floor. Done. We're going to go down. We're going to smoke plant. We got the smoke off the mirror. Done. We're going to cover the hallway and we're going to cover the rotation hole. Done. Like, and then we're also going to have someone watching meeting in case someone tries to flank. Done. And at the beginning of Oregon, every time, by the way, with Oregon, you should just clear roamers because it's easier. But you get the idea. Like, you should have a consistent way that your team does something. So that if you want to do something different, and then you can just ask them. Like, for again, Oregon, if they're downstairs, I can ask my friend and just be like, "Hey, Chris, do you want to clear dorms with me?" And we clear dorms. Hey, do you want to clear through dining kitchen? Okay, we're doing that. Like, we change it how we enter the building, but nothing else changes. We still do the same stuff once we get to the site. We still do the same execute and the same push every single time. And that's pretty much what you guys need to get down here. You guys kind of got screwed over when you found out your IQ was dead, and you're like, but you adapted. You said, okay, Zofia, you're going upstairs and you're going to break the floor and get rid of this stuff so we don't have to deal with it. That was really smart. Like, that was almost instantaneous that you guys decided to do that. So that's great. That's great on your part to see the problem and fix it immediately. But you recognize the problem and you fix it. That shows me that you're gaining game sense fairly well, and you're getting a good idea on what needs to be done in the game and who can do what and how it can be done. So that's great. Hopefully, I'll get the Villa one done tomorrow. I have a flight in classes, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but Yeah.